Yes, students, first of all, see the diagram of scalar chain. That day we have discussed about its meaning. Now we are going to see how the inverted V he was saying in its explanation. So this is the diagram of scalar chain. An important principle given by Henry Fuel. From the list of his 14 principles, we have this scalar chain. Right. So as per the scalar chain, he was saying that the authority should always move in a chain and that should always come from top to bottom. As per your book, at the top, he is writing A. So A will send message to B, B will send message to C, C will send message to D, then E, and so on. Similarly, on the right hand side of the ladder, A will be sending the message to P, P will send to Q, Q will send to R, and R will go with S. So authority always comes from top to bottom. But he says in case of emergency, no need to follow this long path. If D want to communicate with R, he can directly communicate with R. And when D is in a position to communicate with R, we will be calling it gangplank. And that is the shortest possible route. And that shortest possible route we are going to follow in case of emergency only. This is to be followed in emergency only. Otherwise, regular or normal circumstances may your senior will tell you about certain circular, about certain message. Okay, your senior will only guide the subordinate. So in that case, if emergency situation is there, then this gangplank can be formed temporarily. Temporarily, it is not a permanent creation. So this is all about your. Yes, students. As we have discussed all the 14 principles thoroughly in our class, so it will be very easy for you to understand what is the principles of management. I relate it with the principles of accountancy, so that were being based upon facts and figures. That were basically the truths which the accountants observed, then they wrote it in theory, and that becomes the basic fundamental truths related to that very subject. And same is going to happen with our management. These are certain observations which are being made by certain management practitioners in their management life. It means that they work on administrative posts, and whatever they observe, that they wrote in the form of some theoretical concept, and that theoretical concepts nowadays we call what? Principles of management. So principles of management should not be rigid as the principle of science. Okay, so as our management is going to be dynamic, these principles as per Fuel is also going to be dynamic, because he propounded these principles in 19th century, right? And now we are running in 21st century and everything has been changed drastically. So if you want to make certain modifications, certain changes, you can make that changes in your principles of management. And secondly, these are not as rigid as of your physical sciences, as your like physical sciences, like this physics, chemistry, and biology, because these principles we are going to apply on human beings, and it is very difficult to predict the behavior of human beings. So that's why they are not as rigid as of our other sciences, right? So then he says principles should not be confused with the techniques, because techniques are the methods or the modes to perform a particular task, and principles are something else, right? These two lines, your principles should not be confused with the values even, because values we definitely relate with moral values, like honesty is the best policy, never speak a lie. These are all the values which are permissible in our society. So principles should not be confused with values. Values are something else. These should not be confused with the techniques. Techniques are something else. So principles are something else. Let me tell you the definition of principles of management. Principles of management are formed after research in work situations which are technical in nature. So whatever they observed in their managerial life, that they gave the name of principles, right? So these principles are nothing else. These are the guidelines to action. These principles tells our manager what to do in a particular situation. So these are guidelines to their action. ठीक है, they guide our managers. ठीक. Now we have the next topic related to this principles of management, that is nature of principles of management. So let me tell you nature. Nature here means characteristics of your principles of management. Characteristics. Right? So he will never ask a direct question in the paper, you know. He will be giving you a case study and he will be asking you which characteristic of principles of management is being observed over here, that are being discussed in that very case study. So characteristics, or he called this topic nature of principles of management. First characteristic and first nature of these principles is very simple, but he has elaborated in your NCERT. So few highlighting lines I will be reading for you so that you can get it well. This is universal applicability. Like my Newton's gravitation law is being applicable everywhere. If I am residing in Pakistan, if I am going to America, Britain, etc., when I will be throwing my ball upside, that will definitely come down due to the gravitational law of Newton. So same is going to happen with our management principles. आप कोई भी management का principle ले लीजिए, चाहे unity of command है, चाहे unity of direction है, चाहे division of work. That was the reason I discussed the principles first, so that I can quote the examples when I will be discussing the nature of principles with you. राइट तो हमारे हर तरह का प्रिंसिपल हर जगह अप्लाई होता है, चाहे वो बिग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, चाहे वो स्मॉल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, चाहे वो गवर्नमेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है, चाहे वो पब्लिक या प्राइवेट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है. सो एवरीवेयर वी यूज दीज प्रिंसिपल्स, दो दैट कैन बी इन सम मॉडिफाइड मैनर, but that are being applicable everywhere. So that's why we have the first nature, that is universal applicability. And even if you are running a non-business organization, as we are discussing nowadays in our accountancy NPO, even business organization and non-business organization, non-for-profit organizations, they are also following this principles of management. So in that context, we call that they have a universal applicability. बड़ी अच्छी एग्जांपल दी है आपकी एनसीईआरटी में. फॉर एग्जांपल, फॉर ग्रेटर प्रोडक्टिविटी, वर्क शुड बी डिवाइडेड इनटू स्मॉलर टास्क and each employee should be trained to perform his or her specialized job. So this principle is being applicable everywhere, and this principle is basically division of work. काम को छोटे छोटे हिस्से में बांटिए और हर काम को उस बंदे को करने को बोलिए जो उसमें एक्सपर्ट हो. अगर वो एक्सपर्ट नहीं भी है तो उसे पहले स्पेसिफाइड ट्रेनिंग दो, उसे ट्रेन करो, then he will be able to justify with that allocated work. So he says this principle is applicable in the government office also. Like government office में डायरी और डिस्पैच का काम रहता है, तो हम ये क्लरिकल वर्क उसको देंगे, whosoever is efficient in that, then we need a computer operator, हम ये काम उसको देंगे जो ईमेल वगैरह सेंड कर सकता है, who is belonging to the computer background. So everywhere we follow this division of work, we follow this principle of specialization. That was the first principle being given by Fioll in his list, right? So then again we conclude and we come to a crux that yes, these principles are having universal applicability. Then these principles are nothing else. Second feature है इसका, second nature है rather इसका, that is general guidelines. These principles never compel or force you. They are there to guide the managers, students. ये managers के लिए guidelines है, not for the workers, not for the employees. ये सिचुएशन आएगी तो मैनेजर्स को ये करना चाहिए, अगर इसके हट के सिचुएशन आएगी तो मैनेजर के पास ये अल्टरनेटिव सॉल्यूशन होना चाहिए. So this was the opinion of our Fioll, who was named as father of these principles of management. So don't take it as strict versions. These are there to guide our managers about how to take the particular decisions in the specified situations. What he says, what he writes in your NCERT, the principles are guidelines to action, but do not provide ready-made, straight jacket solution to all the managerial problems. Because every time the problem can get changed. Fioll ने जो आज से 2 centuries पहले किया, ठीक है, जरूरी नहीं है जो उसने ऑब्जर्व किया वही सिचुएशन आज के जमाने में हमारे current managers face कर रहे हों. Their problems may differ, so that's why the situations are supposed to be different. ठीक है. So in that context we say these are there to guide you, but ultimately final decision हमारे managers को ही लेना होता है. और ऐसा क्यों होता है? This is so because real business situations are very complex and dynamic and as are a result of many factors. क्योंकि आज के जमाने में whatever problems you are facing that may differ and that are being affected by so many factors, and accordingly you are supposed to take the different type of decisions, but Fewell's principles are there to guide you. Right. Then we are arriving at the third feature or the nature of our principles of management that are, वो भी मैं पहले discuss कर चुकी हूँ, formed by practice and experimentation. Formed by practice. It is not a one-time show. It is not being framed overnight या fortnightly. 15-20 दिन का नहीं है ये. ठीक है. ये बार बार फ्यूल ने अपने मैनेजरियल लाइफ में, एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव लाइफ में ऑब्जर्व किया. He practiced it. He is writing practice or practice. Practice. He practiced these principles again and again. He experimented on it, and then he found the final result. Experimentation. ठीक है जी. ये एक बार के ऑब्जर्वेशन के ऊपर बेस्ड नहीं है. फ्यूल ने इन प्रिंसिपल्स को अपनी लाइफ में बार बार प्रैक्टिस किया. He got the same results every time. Then he wrote the theory about it. ठीक है. So these are based upon experiments. These are based upon practice, etc., etc. These principles of management are formed by experience and collective wisdoms of the managers, as well as experimentation. For example, it is a matter of common experience. ये बिल्कुल ठीक है. डिसिप्लिन का प्रिंसिपल कि जहां कहीं डिसिप्लिन होगा वहां पे एफिशिएंसी और इफेक्टिवनेस बढ़ेगा. फ्यूल ने ऑब्जर्व किया होगा. Fuel might have suggested in his organization or corporate house that levying of penalties and fines are essential to bring the discipline in our organization. So disciplinary actions we can take against those who are going to violate the rules being framed for them. So that has been experimented again and again, and the same result we found that their efficiency has been increased, they become more effective, etc., etc. So that's why we conclude these are being framed or formed by practice and experimentation. On the other hand, in order to remedy the problem of fatigue of the workers in the factory, an experiment may be conducted to see the effect of improvement of physical conditions to reduce stress. ये तो extra example दी है उसने. कहता अगर आप चाहते हैं कि आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में लोग एम्प्लॉइज काम करके या एक शिफ्ट लगा के थक जाते हैं तो आप बीच में उन्हें रेस्ट इंटरवल्स दे दीजिए. ये भी एक्सपेरिमेंट बार बार किया गया. तो रेस्ट इंटरवल्स देने के बाद उनकी एफिशिएंसी को इम्प्रूव्ड पाया गया. So in that case, this principle is related with scientific management. Basically, we will be calling it later on in our chapter fatigue study. Right. So till now, it is not a justified time to discuss about the fatigue study with you. You can quote the example of discipline. कि discipline का principle उसने बार-बार experiment किया होगा और employees में improvement पाई होगी उसने. So that's why he made the important principle of management, which we call discipline. Then we have the next feature or the nature of your principles of management, that they are not rigid, they are flexible. What is the meaning of flexible? Which is not inflexible. It means which is not rigid, that we call flexible. So all the principles of management are flexible in nature. Fuel nowhere suggested you to be rigid. Fuel always suggested that if the modifications are required, if the changes are required, you can make these changes in these principles. Okay, after 2 centuries, even these principles we see that are of worth, that are useful. लेकिन अगर आपकी situation demand करती है तो आप इन principles में changes कर सकते हैं. So that's why we call it not rigid. They are supposed to be modified as per the demand of the situation. If he has given any example that I can read, yes. He has given the example of your centralization and decentralization. What was the meaning of centralization versus decentralization? Fuel was of the opinion in that principle that few matters are, if concentrated in few hands, that is what concentration of power in few hands, that was being called centralization by him. And when we disperse the power to a lower level, that is what we call decentralization. So Fuel was of the opinion there should be a proper blend of centralization and decentralization. Means all the important matters or the policy framework should be kept with the top management, and rest all routine matters we can decentralize to the lower levels. Right. So about that, he says that this principle can be made flexible. Like if I talk about the sole proprietor, He is the only man. He will be concentrating everything in his hand. He will never be dispersing anything to the lower level because no one is there after him. वो खुद ही मैनेजर है, खुद ही ओनर है, तो वहां पे कंसंट्रेशन ऑफ पावर रहेगा. तो फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी है ना, वहां पे हम डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन नहीं कर सकते. सिमिलरली व्हेन वी टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ अ लार्ज कॉर्पोरेट हाउस, तो वहां पे कुछ मैटर सेंट्रलाइज होंगे और बाकी के सारे मैटर्स क्या हो जाएंगे, डिसेंट्रलाइज हो जाएंगे. सो देयर इज अ फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी. इट मींस कि व्हेन यू अप्लाई योर सेंट्रलाइजेशन वर्सेस डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन प्रिंसिपल, इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द नेचर ऑफ द बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, मींस व्हिच टाइप ऑफ बिजनेस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन यू आर रनिंग. So when you are on a very, very small scale, there is no question of decentralization. Everything is to be centralized. Okay, but when you are running a very large scale corporate house, then there should be a proper mixture or the blend of centralization and decentralization, right? So this was your fourth feature, or I must say this is depicting the nature of your principles of management. Then we have the next, mainly behavioral. Mainly guys, it is always behavioral. Mainly behavioral. Whose behavioral or behavioral he is talking about here? That is human beings' behavior. All the principles are basically related with the decisions to be taken by the managers. But what type of decisions they are supposed to take, that is basically related with the employees. So सारे principles focus करते हैं हमें हमारे employees के behavior को कैसे manage करना. So this is also one of the most important feature of your principles of management. He says, these principles aim at influencing the behavior of human beings. Like if I take the example of unity of command, it is stressing upon the behavior of the employee. If he will be getting the messages or the orders from more than one bosses, then he will be definitely getting confused. So how his behavior is to be molded, how we can make him more cool and more comfortable. So we should appoint him under only one boss. So किसी भी principle of management के बारे में आप सोच लीजिए, like fair remuneration. If you want that each and every employee of your organization should feel satisfied with your organization and they should not leave your organization very soon, for that you should be justified while announcing the remuneration or salary package to them. Okay, you have to pay as per the work taken from them, whatever they are actually deserving. They should never feel exploited and they should not feel harassed in your hands. Okay, so this is again about the behavior of human beings. Therefore, principles of management are mainly behavioral in nature. It is not that these principles are not pertain to the things. Some principles are being applicable even to the material. Like if I take the example of order, so he was saying man and material both should be in order. Right things should be at their right place and at the right time. Okay, so that was your principle of order. Moreover, principles enable a better understanding of the relationship between human and material resources. So once you are familiar with these principles of management, you will be having a better idea between the relationship of man and material. Man and material के relationship को manager को समझने में आसानी हो जाती है. This is what we call mainly behavioral. The next feature of these principles is cause and effect relationship. ये करोगे तो ये होगा, ऐसा नहीं करोगे तो रिजल्ट पुअर होंगे. साइंस में मैं हमेशा एग्जांपल केमिस्ट्री की देती हूँ. H2O, हाइड्रोजन के 2 यूनिट्स मिलाओगे और ऑक्सीजन का 1 यूनिट मिलाओगे तो वाटर ही बनेगा. इट मींस की कॉज क्या है, हाइड्रोजन के 2 यूनिट और ऑक्सीजन का 1 यूनिट. Had you been putting 2 unit of oxygen and 1 unit of hydrogen, तो पता ही नहीं क्या कौन सा केमिकल बनेगा और कैसे वो बर्स्ट करेगा, राइट? So हमारे principles of management में भी cause and effect का relationship directly apply होता है. If you will be following unity of command, you can ensure effectiveness and efficiency in your organization. If you are ensuring unity of direction, that is one head and one plan, you will be ensuring the fulfillment of your organizational goal. If you will be giving the initiative to your employees and you are asking them to come forward for different suggestions, so definitely you are making them your invaluable asset. Okay, so they will be feeling proud that they are being considered. They will be stabilizing themselves in your organization for the years to come. So every principle is establishing this cause and effect relationship. ऐसा करोगे तो ये होगा, नहीं करोगे तो उसके worst results निकलेंगे. Such type of a relationship is always being established by every principle of management. Contingent. Next feature of your management principle is contingent. What is the meaning of contingent? It is related with the region. It is related with the area. Contingent. What he says, the application of the principles of management is contingent or dependent on the prevailing situation at a particular point of time. So every time you will not be in a position to apply your principles as it is. So you have to firstly see or check the situation, then accordingly you will be bringing the modification in your specified principle, and accordingly you will be applying it. So what he says further, the application of the principles has to be changed as per requirement. So it depends upon so many factors. It is going to be changed every time. It is not going to be rigid. Example बड़ी अच्छी दी है, employees deserve fair and just remuneration. ठीक है, fair remuneration की मैंने आपको प्रिंसिपल करवाया हुआ है. Now the question arises, what is fair and just? Like मेरे एम्प्लॉय के लिए फेयर एंड जस्ट है, उसकी पेइंग कैपेसिटी के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, और एम्प्लॉय के लिए फेयर एंड जस्ट क्या है, कम काम करके वो ज्यादा सैलरी लेना चाहता है. So you have to decide what is fair and just from your view point. So they include contribution of the employee. हम कैसे डिसाइड करेंगे कि उसे कितना पे करना है, वो कितना कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहे हैं, हमारे एम्प्लॉयर की पेइंग कैपेसिटी कितनी है, एंड आल्सो द प्रिवेलिंग वेज रेट. And in most of the states of our nation, the state government is going to fix the wage rate. So what is the minimum wages per day? The state government has fixed that criteria. We will also be keeping in our mind. This is what we call how to apply the principle of management, which we call contingent. Every time you will not be trying to apply these principles blindly. You have to analyze the situation. You have to see the demand of the situation. Then accordingly, you will be going to apply these principles in your management, in your organization, etc. Now, next topic, we have significance of principles of management, which we call need, which we call importance of principles of management. You tell to what extent you learned about principles of management. तो आपके अकॉर्डिंग इसकी क्या नीड है, आपके अकॉर्डिंग इसकी क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है, वो टॉपिक पूछ सकता है. नीड ऑफ प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट, he can make it significance, he can even call it importance of principles of management. Yes, but I'm stopping here. Why? Because I just wanted to tell you that on this chapter of principles of management, and further I will be discussing with you principles of scientific management, you can prepare your project file of business studies. Okay, though it goes very simple, but this is one of the topic which you can choose for your business studies practical file, whereby you need to visit somewhere. ठीक है, अब तो कोविड वाला पिछले साल में बच्चों को बोलती थी कि नहीं है ऐसा, but now with full precaution you can visit a place whereby you can see whether these principles are being applicable or not. You can go to any manufacturing unit, जो भी आपका आसपास का कोई manufacturing unit means कोई भी industry या factory है, वहाँ पे with observation and by talking to the employees and by talking to the managers etc, you can have an idea कि principles apply होते हैं कि नहीं. You can get a questionnaire filled from them and accordingly you will be collecting the data etc etc. ठीक है, बाद में मैं टॉपिक डिस्कस नहीं करती, मैंने अभी आपके साथ डिस्कस कर लेना. You can go to a restaurant, KFC and Burger King etc etc. So thereby also you can observe and you can talk to the manager about this applicability of the principles. Even you can visit to a bank. Okay, so the place where you want to visit, that should be reachable and approachable to you, and accordingly you will be analyzing. There's few of students, my old students, they used to visit to these malls etc, V-Mart, Vishal Mart etc, and thereby to show your authenticity of your visit, you can get the pic being clicked with you and with their employees and with their staff etc. So that can be a proof, yes, you actually visited there, you interviewed them, and you just asked a question from them, and accordingly you will be concluding yes, which principles are being applicable there. How you came to know that these principles are being applicable there or not. Like you can ask their employees, like, are you getting the salary as per your demand, as per your satisfaction? So you interviewed 10 employees there, 7 ने बोला कि हाँ whatever we deserve we are getting, and 3 ने बोला कि नहीं हमें सैलरी अभी कम मिलती है क्योंकि हम अभी फ्रेशर हैं, हम ट्रेनिंग ले रही है. कुछ इस तरह के इनसे क्वेश्चन पूछ के you will be collecting the data and then you will be concluding which principles are being applicable there and which are not. These students are of this class. Lakshit and Dipin is of this section.